What if I told you the man of your dreams won't be found by swiping, chasing, or bending over backwards to please someone? He'll find you if you understand 5 powerful keys. Most people think love is about luck, but it's not. It's about alignment. Miss these keys and you'll keep meeting the wrong guys. Master them and the right one will be drawn to you like a magnet. Stay with me because what I'm about to share isn't theory. It's what separates fleeting attention from lasting connection. By the end, you'll know exactly what shifts make you irresistible to the man who's truly right for you. Before I share the most important part, I want you to do something. Drop in the comments which of these keys you think you've already mastered and which one you want to work on. I'd love to see where you're at, and your answer might just inspire someone else too. Imagine this. Somewhere in the world, a man is looking for you. He doesn't even know your name yet, but something inside him is being pulled toward you. The real question isn't if he exists. The real question is, will he ever reach you? That's where many people make mistakes. They believe love is about chasing, pushing, or hoping for luck. But the truth is, love is about alignment. When you know how to align yourself with what you want, the man you dream of doesn't just show up by chance. He's naturally drawn to you like a magnet, and in this video, I'll show you the 5 powerful keys that make this happen. Most people have heard about attraction. They've heard words like chemistry, confidence, or timing, but here's the secret no one really talks about. The strongest connections aren't about being at the right place at the right moment. They're about unlocking parts of yourself that send out a signal to the right man saying, "I'm ready for you." Once you master these keys, you don't need to run after attention. You don't need to chase anyone. The right man will find you, and he won't be able to stay away. Think for a moment, how many times have you seen someone who looked ordinary from the outside, yet people were just naturally attracted to them? They weren't the most stunning in the room. They weren't the wealthiest or the loudest voice, and still, something about them pulled others in. That's not random luck. That's energy. That's alignment. And by the time you finish this video, you'll see exactly how to create that same magnetic presence in your own life. Over the next few minutes, I'll share 5 keys that most people ignore when it comes to real love. These keys go beyond surface-level dating tips. They're not just tricks or quick fixes. They're deep changes in how you see yourself, how you connect, and how you allow someone else to connect with you. If you watch until the very end, you'll see how simple shifts in your mindset can completely transform the type of man you attract. The first key is about self-worth, but not in the same way you've heard countless times before. People often say, "Love yourself." And while that's true, very few explain what it actually means in your daily life. Did you know that men, even the most confident ones, pay close attention to how you treat yourself? Studies show that self-compassion, not just self-confidence, is one of the most magnetic traits you can have. When you carry yourself with kindness, when you stop speaking harshly to yourself, you send out an energy that's rare, and that rare energy is impossible to resist. We'll dive into that more deeply in a moment. The second key is authenticity. But here's the difference. Authenticity isn't just be yourself. It's about having the courage to be seen without masks. So many people hide behind versions of themselves they think others will like. They play parts. They hold back truths, but the most powerful connections are built when you are unfiltered and real. Throughout history, the most unforgettable love stories weren't about pretending. They were built on honesty and boldness, the kind of honesty that says, "This is who I am, take it or leave it." And guess what? The right man will take it, and once he does, he'll never want to let it go. The third key is growth. Too many people wait for a partner to bring excitement into their life. But the truth is, the happiest relationships grow between two people who are already moving forward in their own lives. Think of it like this. If you're standing still, waiting for love to come and lift you up, you'll only attract someone else who's standing still too. But when you're growing, learning, and expanding, you naturally attract someone who is also growing. Growth is magnetic. It gives off vitality. It shows that you are alive, curious, and always becoming more. And that kind of energy is something no one can resist. The fourth key is communication, but not in the usual sense. I'm not talking about how quickly you text back or the exact words you pick. I'm talking about clarity. It's about knowing what you want, expressing it without fear, and standing firm in it. Did you know the number one regret people have in relationships is not speaking their truth? Too many hide what they need, secretly hoping the other person will just figure it out. But clarity saves time. Clarity prevents unnecessary pain. And clarity is one of the fastest ways to make the right man realize that you're not just another choice, you're the one. The fifth key is standards with balance. This is where many people lose their way. Some set their bar too low and accept treatment that doesn't respect them. Others set their bar so unrealistically high that they expect perfection. Real strength is in balance. It's knowing what your non-negotiables are while still leaving space for human flaws. The man of your dreams will not be perfect, but he will respect your values, honor your needs, and stand by your boundaries. And once you understand this, you stop wasting time and energy on men who were never meant to stay in your life. Each of these 5 keys connects with the others. Together, they create a shift so powerful that you'll never have to run after love again. You'll stop stressing about when or how he will show up. You'll simply know with confidence that he will, because when you live by these truths, the man of your dreams can't help but find you. This isn't magic. It's not just luck. It's how energy between people naturally works. So why should you keep watching this video until the end? Because what you're about to learn goes way beyond cliches. This isn't about empty affirmations or playing games. This is about real understanding of the forces that decide who enters your life and who stays for the long run. Far too many people spend years trying to figure out why love always slips away. But once you know these 5 keys, you'll recognize the patterns. You'll stop chasing short-term attention, and instead, you'll begin creating love that lasts. If you've ever felt invisible in love, this video will change that. If you've wondered why the wrong men keep showing up, this will give you clarity. And if you've ever dreamed of being deeply and truly loved without conditions, then this is for you. Every moment you watch will give you another piece of the puzzle you've been missing. And when you reach the end, you won't just dream about love anymore. You'll be ready to live it. So let me ask you, are you ready? Are you ready to stop searching and finally allow the man of your dreams to find you? Then stay with me, because your journey starts right now. But before we dive into these 5 life-changing keys, let me welcome you to this channel. If you're new here, this is where we reveal the truths that help transform your love life, your mindset, and your future. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss advice that could shift everything. And if you're already part of this family, welcome back. It's always special to share this space with you. Now take a slow, deep breath, release the doubts, and get ready to step into the 5 keys that will open the path to the man you've been waiting for, because he's out there and he's closer than you think. Before the man of your dreams ever shows up, there's one truth you can't ignore. You must know and love yourself first. This is the foundation of it all. Think about it. If you don't treat yourself as a priority, how will anyone else know how to treat you? People reflect the way you carry yourself. If you speak harshly to yourself, accept less than you deserve, or always put your needs last, others will copy that behavior. But the moment you begin treating yourself with genuine care, the world pays attention. Making yourself a priority doesn't mean you become selfish. It means you finally allow yourself to stop running on empty. So many people give love to everyone else, but forget to refill their own cup. They wait for someone else to validate them, to tell them they are worthy. But here's the truth. When you validate yourself first, when you carry yourself like someone who deserves respect, that's when others step up and mirror that energy. Loving yourself isn't just about saying, "I love me," in front of the mirror. It goes much deeper. It shows in the choices you make every day. Do you fuel your body with what gives you strength, or do you punish it with neglect? Do you give yourself time to rest, or do you push until you burn out? Do you allow negative voices to surround you, or do you build boundaries to protect your peace? Every answer to those questions is proof of how much you truly value yourself. And men, especially the right man, notice this. Studies show that people who practice self-compassion are more attractive in relationships. Why is that? Because when you are kind to yourself, you don't rely on another person to repair your pain. That doesn't mean you don't want love. It means love becomes an addition to your happiness, not the foundation of it. This independence, this wholeness, is magnetic. It makes people curious. They wonder what makes you glow the way you do, and the man of your dreams will be drawn toward that light. Think about the times you've met someone who carried themselves with quiet confidence, not arrogance, not ego, just a calm and steady sense of worth. Didn't it make you lean in closer? Didn't it make you want to understand them more? That is the kind of energy you create when you put yourself first. You become someone others simply cannot overlook. When you truly love yourself, you stop accepting crumbs. You stop making excuses for why someone can't show up for you. You stop trying to prove your value. Instead, you live it every day. And without forcing it, you teach others how to treat you. The wrong man will fade away. The right man will rise up to meet the standard you've set. But here's something people rarely mention. Loving yourself also means facing the parts of you that you don't like. It's not just about bubble baths or positive affirmations. It's about confronting your wounds, your patterns and your fears, and choosing to heal them. Because if you don't, you'll carry them into every relationship, and instead of love flowing smoothly, those unhealed parts will create obstacles. Loving yourself means you don't run from your shadows. You hold them, you learn from them, and you grow through them. That courage is what gives you real power. Knowing yourself is just as important as loving yourself. Many people say they want love, but they haven't asked the deeper questions. What do I really need in a partner? What kind of life do I want to build? Which values matter the most to me? Without these answers, you'll end up settling for anyone who gives you attention. But when you know yourself, you gain clarity, and clarity works like a filter. It draws the right man in and pushes the wrong ones out. Self-knowledge also makes relationships more stable. If you know your strengths, you can share them openly. If you know your weaknesses, you can admit them honestly. You stop pretending. You stop acting. You simply show up as your real self. That kind of honesty is rare, and it creates the deepest attraction. The man of your dreams isn't searching for perfection. He's looking for someone genuine. So ask yourself, do you really treat yourself like the person you deserve to be? Do you give yourself the same love you hope to receive from someone else? If not, this is where change begins. Because when you finally decide that you are worthy, when you finally accept that you are enough, you step into a new kind of energy. And that energy doesn't chase, it attracts. It doesn't beg, it chooses. And it doesn't fear losing, because it knows that what is meant for you will always remain. Authenticity is rare in today's world where so many people wear masks. From the very first date to years into a relationship, it's tempting to show only the polished side of yourself. You act in ways you think will be accepted. You hide the quirks you believe are too much. You silence opinions that might cause disagreement. But the truth is, pretending is exhausting, and eventually it always cracks. The man of your dreams isn't looking for a perfect performance. He wants someone real. That's why the second key is simple but powerful. Be authentic. Drop the act. You don't need to put on a show. When you are authentic, you create a safety most people long for but rarely find. Imagine being with someone who never makes you question their honesty, who never leaves you doubting if what they say is real. That kind of openness feels like home. And the only way to invite it into your life is by being that way yourself. If you want truth, you must offer truth. If you want depth, you must go deep. True connections begin with honesty, not performance. Experts at Flourish Together say that one of the most important steps in attracting the right partner is being clear and honest about who you are and what you want. When you hide your desires to seem easier or shrink your values to fit in, you send confusing signals. But when you're open about your passions, your goals, even your imperfections, you give the right man the chance to see you clearly. And clarity is a gift. It says, "This is me. If I'm right for you, you'll know. If I'm not, you'll move on." That honesty saves both of you time and sets the stage for something real. Marriage.com also explains that authentic love isn't built on illusions. Too often, relationships collapse because one or both partners weren't real from the beginning. They created a version of themselves just to be liked, and eventually the truth came out. Authenticity prevents that cycle. It ensures the love you create is steady, grounded, and able to last. Because when someone falls for the real you, you'll never have to fear being too much or not enough. You'll know deep inside that you are loved as you are. Authenticity isn't only about words. It shows in your actions, your decisions, and even the energy you bring into a room. When you stop trying to control how others see you, you relax. You laugh without worrying. You share without calculation. You exist without apology. And that freedom is magnetic. People notice it. The man of your dreams will notice it. It shows him you're not hiding. And that allows him to lower his guard as well. Two authentic people create a connection where both can breathe. Still, authenticity requires bravery. It means risking rejection. It means being okay with the reality that not everyone will understand you or like you. But think about it. If someone walks away because of your truth, ask yourself, were they ever really for you? Pretending might bring short-term affection, but being real is what creates lasting love. The man meant for you won't just put up with your truth. He will value it. He will find beauty in the very parts you once tried to hide. When authenticity grows inside you, it naturally leads to the next stage, which is growth. Because the moment you stop pretending to be someone else, you finally gain the freedom to step into the person you were always meant to become. Growth is not about changing who you are to be worthy of love. It's about honoring your own journey. It's about telling yourself, I deserve to experience life fully. I deserve to grow and expand. When you invest in yourself, you send out a strong signal. You show the world that your life is rich, meaningful, and alive, whether or not you have a partner. Try something new, walk into unfamiliar spaces, pick up that hobby you've always thought about, travel to a place you've never seen, read a book that challenges how you think. Every new experience stretches you, and that stretch makes your energy brighter. Learning a little every day keeps you alive and exciting. It doesn't matter if you're building a career, mastering a skill, or just exploring passions for fun. Growth keeps you moving, and being in motion attracts. Think of it like light. People are drawn to light. When you grow, you shine brighter. You have fresh stories to share, new ideas to talk about, and an energy that feels alive. That's the energy the right man cannot resist. Energy has more power than looks or status. You might meet someone who seems perfect on paper, but if their energy feels stuck, something will be missing. On the other hand, you can meet someone whose energy feels alive, someone who lights up when talking about what they love, and suddenly they become unforgettable. That's what growth does. It makes you magnetic, not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you're deeply connected to your own life. When you grow, you also inspire. The right man won't just be drawn to your energy, but also to how you encourage him to expand too. Love grows strong when both people keep evolving. Stagnation kills desire, but growth keeps love fresh. Every new step you take, every lesson you learn, adds a new layer to who you are. And the man of your dreams doesn't just want someone to stand still beside him. He wants someone who builds, explores, and grows along with him. Remember, authenticity and growth always walk side by side. When you stop pretending, you free yourself to grow. And when you grow, you create the kind of vibrant, unstoppable energy that pulls love towards you naturally. You don't need to chase, you don't need to convince, you simply live, expand, and let the right man find you glowing in your becoming. Clear communication is another one of the most overlooked keys in love. Too many people get stuck playing games of hinting, hoping, or waiting for someone else to read their minds. But here's the truth. No one can read your mind. If you don't say what you mean, you leave everything to chance. And in love, chance is rarely enough. The man who is truly right for you isn't searching for someone who plays guessing games. He's looking for someone who knows what she wants and is brave enough to speak it. Clarity begins with you. Before you can tell anyone else what you need, you must know it yourself. Ask yourself, what do I really want in a partner? What kind of life am I building? Which values matter to me so much that I will not compromise them? Without clear answers to these questions, it's easy to get lost in charm, attraction, or short-term excitement. You end up saying yes to people who don't match your path simply because you never stop to define it. But once you are clear with yourself, you stop mistaking attention for connection. You stop mixing up chemistry with compatibility. Once you know what you want, the next step is to express it clearly. And this is where so many relationships fall apart. People worry about sounding too demanding or too intense, so they stay silent. They drop little hints, hoping the other person will notice. But hints are not communication. Silence is not communication. If you want something serious, say so. If loyalty is important to you, speak it. If honesty is non-negotiable, make that clear. The right man will not run from your clarity. He will respect it, because clarity is not pressure. Clarity is direction. It shows him that you respect your own time and his as well. Think of how much confusion could be avoided if people spoke their truths early. How many months or even years could be saved if two people admitted right away that they wanted different things. Clarity protects you from heartbreak. It saves you from wasting your love on someone who is not ready or willing to give you what you truly need. It's not about pushing people away. It's about filtering out those who were never meant to stay. But communication is not only about what you say, it's also about how you listen. Real connection grows when both people feel heard, understood, and valued. When you listen with full presence, without cutting in or judging, you give someone a rare gift, the gift of being seen. That gift is powerful. It builds trust faster than charm or attraction ever could. The man of your dreams doesn't just want to hear your truth. He also wants to know his truth is safe with you. True connection strengthens when values align. Attraction may spark quickly, but values decide whether love will last. If you want commitment, but he values freedom above everything else, the bond will eventually break. If honesty matters to you, but he hides parts of himself, the trust will slowly fade. But when values align, when kindness, loyalty, growth, or respect matter deeply to you both, then the relationship becomes a safe space. You can relax knowing you are walking the same path. Studies in psychology often show that shared values, even more than shared interests, predict long-term success in relationships. Hobbies can change, appearances can fade, circumstances can shift, but values remain steady. That's why it's not enough to only connect on the surface. You must ask yourself, does this person see the world in a way that supports the love I want to build? And if the answer is no, then no amount of attraction will make it last. Clear communication also includes setting boundaries. Boundaries are not walls, they are guides. They teach others how to love you properly. If you need respect, define what it looks like. If you need alone time, say it. If there are behaviors you won't accept, be clear about them. Boundaries are not selfish, they are the language of self-respect. And the right man won't just accept your boundaries, he will respect them because he wants to love you in the way you deserve. Some people fear that being too clear will push men away, but here's the hidden truth. The wrong ones will leave, and that is a blessing. Every time you speak your truth, you create space for the man who is truly aligned with you. Think of clarity as a magnet. It pushes away what doesn't fit. and attracts what does. It may narrow the crowd, but the one who remains will be worth it. And clarity doesn't destroy mystery, it makes it richer. Because when you are clear about your values, your boundaries, and your desires, the mystery is not about guessing what you want, but about exploring the endless depth of who you are. And that is the kind of mystery that builds lasting intimacy.